What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got who actually leaked Jon Gruden's emails. Let's check this out.
In 1 week, Jon Gruden went from a celebrated Super Bowl winning coach and NFL icon to this.
Next this evening, new reaction coming.
I remember when I first heard that shit, bro. I was like,
head coach Jon
Gruden resigned. And like he, bro, let's be honest, bro. Looking at Jon Gruden, he looks like the type of coach that'll say the hard R. I ain't even gonna hold you, gang.
They were anti-black, anti-gay, and anti-woman.
His position was no longer tenable in the National Football League. Period. End of story.
What began as a confidential investigation.
Yeah, but who did leak it though, bro? It had to be like one of the players or some shit, right?
Into a public spectacle with Gruden's offensive emails splashed across headlines. But the question I have isn't about what the emails said, but more about who leaked them. For those who don't feel like watching the entire video, Dan Snyder. It was Dan Snyder who leaked the emails.
Oh, God, that's crazy. Out of all people, I would not have thought it was Dan Snyder, bro. Wasn't he the owner of the damn Commanders or some shit?
Involved in all of this. And more importantly, out of the 650,000 emails reviewed by the NFL, why were only Gruden's leaked? These questions lie at the heart of a scandal that's not just about...
Bro, Jon Gruden must have fucked his bitch or some shit. Yo.
And the inner workings of one of the most guarded organizations in sports. Yes, Gruden's words were extremely offensive, but the selective nature of the leak suggests there's more to this story than what we've seen. But first, let's take a step back and look at Jon Gruden's career, because understanding his rise to NFL prominence is key to understanding why his fall from grace hit so hard. Jon Gruden was born into football royalty. His dad was a coach and scout, so Gruden grew up immersed in the sport from day one. He played quarterback at the University of Dayton, but early on, it was clear he had a different future in mind, coaching.
This is a very exciting day for me in my life. I'm so proud to represent this franchise as their head coach, and I look forward to the days ahead with this organization.
By 35, Gruden did what most coaches can only dream of. He became the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, the youngest head coach in the NFL at the time. Think about that, 35. Head coach of a franchise with some of the most passionate fans in football. And he didn't just coast. Gruden's high-energy, non-nonsense coaching style took the Raiders to the playoffs, earning him a reputation as one of the league's brightest minds.
Well, they are going to, under 2 minutes,
damn, look at all that snow.
Brady's arm was in motion.
Oh, the tuck rule.
His arm is going forward.
See, I miss these type of games, bro. Like the NFL be scared to have these niggas playing in the snow now. Hey, this is football. This is a good ass atmosphere to play football in. I ain't gonna hold you. I miss these type of games.
Was going forward. It is an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 on the 42.
Crazy. Even Brady said it might have been a fumble game.
In 2002, the Raiders did something unheard of.
What?
They traded their head coach. And not for some pocket change either. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers shut out 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and $8 million.
So was this the first ever head coach trade?
Why?
Because like before the Sean Payton shit happened, I didn't even know you could trade coaches. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro.
And they were desperate for someone who could transform the Bucs' a solid defense into a championship team. Enter Gruden. The Bucs had the pieces, but Gruden was the guy to put it all together. In less than a year, he took them all the way to the Super Bowl.
Cheesing like that, man.
Kicker. They demolished the Raiders, Gruden's former team, 48 to 21.
48-21 is crazy.
Derrick Brooks, who ran back 3 interceptions for touchdowns in the regular season, does it to cement the Super Bowl.
Wow.
It was a storybook win that forever tied Gruden to Tampa Bay's football legacy. The Glazers gambled.
I know that had to feel good, bro.
But like all good runs, Gruden's time in Tampa Bay came to an end after the 2008 season.
What happened?
He stepped away from the sidelines and entered the broadcast booth.
When was this?
A staple on ESPN's Monday Night Football. It was a new chapter, but Gruden's fiery passion for the game never wavered. Fans loved his commentary, and his reputation as a football guru grew even larger.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Wide banana. The line slides to the left. Watch the young back cut down the defensive end, but there's a beautiful banana.
What the hell? Beautiful bananas,
2018
crazy.
happened.
What is next? I know the news you broke last night was intriguing. What are you hearing?
It's simple. You don't make that move with Jack Del Rio unless you know you can get Jon Gruden. Jon Gruden's going to be the next coach of the Oakland Raiders.
Raider Nation, this is a big effing deal. Please welcome the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, Mr. Jon Gruden.
Gruden made his grand return.
Bro, that look like that could be hit, bro. Bro, that look like that could be Jon Gruden's dad. I ain't even gonna hold you, gang. Yo,
offered him a
both of them got ugly ass cuts.
$100 million contract, the richest deal for a coach in NFL history.
Wow.
The idea was simple. Gruden would lead the team back to greatness, just like he did in the early 2000s.
That's not what happened, though.
Jon Gruden had come full circle, from the field to the booth and back again. He was one of the NFL's most charismatic personalities, beloved by fans and respected by players. And then, just like that, it was over.
Look at a developing story here on SportsCenter. Raiders head coach Jon Gruden under fire for sending an email with racially charged language back in 2011.
Damn.
NFL Players Association President DeMaurice Smith. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Gruden wrote that Smith had, quote, lips the size of Michelin tires. He told the Journal he
I know this shouldn't be funny. I know this is not funny, but bro, Michelin tires is crazy. That is crazy, gang. Oh my gosh.
Lips the size of Michelin tires.
Nigga. Oh my gosh.
I'm really sorry.
Now,
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Did apologize, saying,
Hold on. That nigga do got some big ass lips, though. That nigga hold you. Pause, though, did he?
Let's talk
Oh
about
my gosh. That is funny.
Admitted to
That
his
is funny,
mistakes and
bro.
apologized in a press conference, but he kept his job for the moment. Then, 3 days later, the New York Times released a much more damaging report.
What?
This time, it wasn't just one email. The report revealed that Gruden has sent a series of offensive emails over the years, including homophobic slurs directed at NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and derogatory comments about women. It was
The fuck Roger Goodell do to you?
to recover from.
Roger Goodell seems like a dick, though. I ain't gonna hold you. But what the fuck they do to you, Nate?
During Monday Night Football, Jon Gruden resigned after the New York Times reported he frequently used misogynistic and anti-gay language in numerous emails before he was hired as coach of the Raiders in 2018. According to the Times, Gruden sent the emails to Bruce Allen, then the president of the Washington football team, and others during a 7-year period that began in 2011.
So here's the thing. Jon Gruden's emails weren't the original target of any investigation. His downfall was essentially collateral damage from a probe into the, at the time, Washington football team, formerly the Redskins, now known as the Commanders. For years, the Washington football team had been accused of fostering a toxic workplace culture, with allegations of sexual harassment and misconduct circulating within the organization.
Weird ass nigga.
The NFL decided to investigate.
The NFL is taking over an independent investigation into the Washington football team. Owner Dan Snyder says the league is going to have full oversight of the workplace conduct review. Last month, the Washington Post reported 15 female former employees say they were sexually harassed during their time with the team. In response, Snyder hired a Washington law firm to review the team's culture and its policies. The Post then reported another round of allegations, including some saying Snyder.
Damn, her jawline strong as shit.
Led to Snyder bringing the league in on the investigation.
Attorney Beth Wilkinson was hired to conduct a thorough review of the Washington football team's culture, which involved sifting through over 650,000 emails from team executives. These emails were meant to uncover evidence of the toxic behavior that had been reported for years, especially from former employees.
Okay.
And it's here, in this massive trove of emails, that Jon Gruden's messages were found. At the time, the mystery of who leaked Gruden's email sparked numerous theories, many of which point to major players within the NFL's inner circle. But now that we know it was former Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder, the reasons why are worth exploring. In April 2021, Dan Snyder goes to federal court. He's not just trying to defend himself against the mounting allegations of workplace misconduct within his team, he's actively gathering ammunition. Snyder manages to collect over 400,000 emails from Bruce Allen, the former president of the Commanders.
Okay.
And that's right, you guessed it. Snyder didn't stop at just collecting them. He started using these emails in court, trying to shift the blame from the team's toxic culture onto Allen.
That is crazy, bro. The gaslighting is crazy.
Saying, hey, it wasn't me. It was this guy over here, Allen. He was running the show. Now, let's fast forward a couple months to June 2020.
Like, bro, how the fuck you gonna throw somebody else under the bus, bro, for your wrongdoing?
Snyder isn't just sitting on his treasure trove of emails. He goes straight to the NFL and says, look at these. Look at what Allen has been doing. He even hands over some inappropriate emails. But here's the kicker. The NFL looks at them and says, this is outside the scope of what we're investigating.
Gosh, that's what you get, nigga.
On October 2021, the Wall Street Journal publishes a story, and boom, Jon Gruden's offensive emails are out in the open.
From the perspective of Snyder, these emails are given to Goodell. They provide Goodell with the opportunity, and this is the language of the quote, to off Gruden.
Wait, whoa!
A gift from Snyder, at least from the Snyder camp's perspective, to Goodell, so Goodell could knock out a longtime antagonist named Jon Gruden, and do the right thing in the eyes of fans.
You wanna, bro? What?
The hands of the media.
You wanna kill him in GTA?
Allen, it's the bigger name, Gruden, who takes the fall. And when Allen calls the NFL, Lisa Frill, an NFL lawyer, basically confirms what we were all thinking. This didn't come from us. It came from Snyder's camp. So, what was Snyder's play here? Well, let's rewind back a little bit. Snyder was already in deep trouble with multiple allegations of workplace misconduct and sexual harassment piling up against him. He needed an out, something, anything to get the heat off his back. And what better way to do that than by throwing someone else under the bus? According to the ESPN report, Snyder saw the perfect opportunity in Gruden's offensive emails. A source close to Snyder even said he was free and clear that October. He just had to wait out his suspension and let everything blow over. A major miscalculation. Without the leaks, he might just have survived. Snyder used Gruden's emails to shift the narrative, deflect attention from his own toxic workplace, and implicate Bruce Allen in the process. It's classic misdirection. Snyder believed that by leaking these emails, he could not only damage Allen's reputation, but also protect himself from the blowback of his own scandals. The U.S. House Oversight Committee, after a deep investigation, confirmed that Snyder was behind the leak. Leaking Gruden's emails was just another move in his playbook of deflection and manipulation. Now, one of the strangest aspects of this entire situation is that out of 650,000 emails reviewed by the Washington football team investigation, only Gruden's emails were leaked. It begs the question, what else are in those emails? And why haven't we seen them?
These emails, these Gruden emails land on Goodell's desk in early October on a Monday or Tuesday. 72 hours, one of them is in the Wall Street Journal. And then 72 hours after that, there's a whole bunch more in the New York Times. And Roger Goodell calls Mark Davis just a few hours after that Wall Street Journal leak and says more are coming. There's going to be more emails coming. How does he know that?
Evidence from the Oversight Committee's investigation reveals that the NFL was very much aware of Snyder's attempts to interfere with the Wilkinson investigation, which was meant to address the toxic workplace culture within the Commanders organization. Despite knowing Snyder's efforts to undermine the investigation, the NFL didn't do anything to stop him. Evidence shows that Snyder hired private investigators for years, even after the NFL instructed him in August of 2020 to stop.
The NFL,
wow.
The Washington football team, $10 million.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Bro, this nigga probably had dirt on Roger Goodell or some shit, bro. Cause it should not have taken him that long to get rid of this nigga. Oh, she bad as hell though.
The workplace environment,
what's up, Shotty?
Especially for women, was highly unprofessional.
In a private convo,
this nigga should have been gone, bro. It shouldn't have taken that long.
Shadow investigation with all his private investigators violated NFL policy and that his actions were considered conduct detrimental to the integrity of the league. Yet, instead of taking decisive action, the NFL worked behind the scenes with Snyder's lawyers to negotiate key aspects of the resolution following the investigation, including the language used in the public statements and the $10 million fine given to the Commanders.
Damn.
After the league's internal investigation was complete, the NFL's decision to not release a full written report, instead opting for an oral briefing, further suggests a lack of transparency.
The NFL will not release a report about its investigation into harassment and abuse allegations within the Washington football team. The reason? Well, the commissioner, Roger Goodell, says the league promised to protect the identities of the people who cooperated.
Which is interesting.
Bro,
to say
why?
As the league had previously released a full report in 2014 when investigating harassment allegations with the Miami Dolphins.
For real?
Sure, I'd like to turn your attention to this chart I have.
I think I already did a video on that.
This chart shows us the length and detail of reports released after recent NFL investigations. On the far right is Deflategate, which is for recent NFL.
Well, hold on. Details parts NFL. So wait, what's this for? Length of report or statement. Yeah, it's crazy how Deflategate got more than the damn SNYDER shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like the Miami Dolphins one should have been higher than this. I ain't gonna lie, bro, because that whole situation was fucked.
On the far right is Deflategate, which examined the air pressure in footballs used by Tom Brady. And following that inquiry, you released a 243-page detailed report. Next to it is the Miami Dolphins sexual harassment inquiry, and after that, you released a 148-page detailed report.
Freak ass niggas.
Next to that bar is the Ray Rice domestic violence situation, where you released a 96-page detailed report following that inquiry. Now, with regard to the Commanders, unfortunately, we received a 5-page press release, sir.
5 pages.
Sir, you had mentioned that.
What is Roger Goodell doing, bro?
The press release, as opposed to a detailed finding, as you had in the other cases, was because of privacy concerns. Isn't that right?
That was one of the issues, yes.
However, I have this 148-page Miami Dolphins harassment report that you did, where you have redacted the names of various individuals out of privacy concerns. And so it is possible to release a detailed report and at the same time protect people's privacy, yet you chose not to do so in this particular case with the Commanders.
This inconsistency highlights how the NFL minimized SNYDER's workplace misconduct despite the severity of the situation. I guess what I'm trying to say is the NFL's handling of both the Wilkinson investigation and SNYDER's misconduct raises serious questions about the league's commitment to transparency and accountability. Gruden's emails weren't leaked in a vacuum. They were part of a much larger investigation into serious allegations of workplace misconduct, harassment, and abuse within the Washington football team.
Sorry, my bad.
Yet, Gruden's emails are the only ones that have seen the light of day. The Jon Gruden email scandal is about more than just one coach's offensive remarks. Yes, Gruden's emails were extremely offensive. But this story isn't just about one coach getting exposed. It's about something much bigger. How the NFL handles its dirty laundry and what it chooses to show to the public. Here's the thing. Jon Gruden's downfall was a result of his own words. But the leak of his emails and the NFL's role in it has sparked an ongoing conversation about power, accountability, and transparency within one of the world's most powerful sports leagues.
And Jon Gruden is suing the NFL and Commissioner Roger Goodell. The former Las Vegas Raiders coach accuses the league of trying to destroy his career by releasing private emails.
Nigga, bro, you shouldn't have been writing those provocatory however you say that fucking word. You shouldn't be releasing them damn emails in the first place, nigga. Like, yo,
decided that it will take
weird ass nigga.
With all 7 justices.
Like, how you gonna be a head coach and be racist, homophobic, and sexist? Like, bro, how does that make sense?
Aside the emails, because he could be anybody.
Like, you work with all three.
Who ordered the code red? We're not going to know who did what they did, why they did it. We're not going to know how those documents came to light. If this thing goes to court, we're going to find out. And we'll have a chance to put the puzzle together that will lead to whoever it was that gave the materials to the Wall Street Journal and then the New York Times.
Gruden's lawsuit may not restore his career, but it could expose some of the inner workings of the NFL that many believe are long overdue for scrutiny. The leaks were also about how those in positions of power, like Dan Snyder, will go to great lengths to protect themselves, even if it means throwing others under the bus. It's about how the NFL, one of the most secretive organizations in sports, operates behind the scenes and chooses who to protect and who to punish. For Gruden, the emails marked the end of his NFL career and the beginning of a long legal battle that's far from over. For Snyder, the scandal was just another chapter in a long list of controversies that have plagued his ownership of the Washington Commanders. And for the NFL, it was about power, control, and the lengths to which those in charge will go to keep their secrets hidden.
Hey, man, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what other NFL videos y'all want me to react to. Without further ado, I'm out. Gang.